Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can all agree that there are far too many people that are literally sleeping on Nick Fury, and the only way we're going to give this man some respect is if we go into Labyrinth of Legends and break some speed killing records. So let's get straight into it, boys. Rank 5 Fury versus Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk. So this is a very advantageous matchup, obviously, because we have the class advantage, we have that bonus attack, and here I've also loaded up Nick Fury with quadruple Black Panther, so we've got like 70% additional bleed damage, man, which is quite a bit. It's quite a bit. It really does help out Nick Fury. But on the Star-Lord kill, we do not have that synergy, because that was actually done on a run where I was going a little bit deeper into Labyrinth, so we only have one Black Panther on that run. But what we're trying to do against Red Hulk here is get 19 tactical charges. You see that, man? You thought we were playing bad at the start, boys. It was all part of the game plan to get out the real Nick Fury and 3 tactical charges there. So we're surging up to 11 now, and the plan is to get 19 tactical charges, go unblockable, and then win the game with some very, very strong light bleeds. But you can see in this matchup, with all the synergies and the advantage, our light bleed is dealing 5,700 damage every half a second. And looking again, man, it looks like the other one actually went up to just like above 6,000 damage every half a second, so that's an insane amount of damage, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's like 12k damage every single second from just one light attack bleed with the internal bleed up. But now the internal bleed has dropped, so our mission becomes to apply it again. And I've kind of found in Labyrinth of Legends content, the special 2 is really, really helpful for getting the internal bleed up. It just works really, really nicely for kind of getting those bleed stacks, because you get 4 off of it, so it makes it very easy to get an internal bleed, which then kind of increases the duration of your light attack ending combo bleeds depending on your amount of tactical charges. And 19 is the perfect sweet spot to be at for kind of that maximum duration there. But any tactical charges kind of between like 15 and 19 is a really, really good place to be at. And on the average fight, you're probably going to have about 16, but 16 unlocks kind of the fully unblockable phase, so Nick Fury is pretty much Aegon at that point. But you can see, man, 89 hits. We've got him down 92, man. He's just absolutely melting here, boys. So incredibly ridiculous. 100 hits, and he's on 10%. Absolute madness here, lads. So we go in for one more combo, special one to end it off, and that was a 2-minute and 15-second kill, boys. 2 minutes and 15 seconds for Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk. If that isn't worth smashing the mother flipping like button, I can't please you. I cannot please you anymore. Or can I? I know what you're thinking, Seatin, that's not good enough. You had the class advantage there. You need to break a Labyrinth of Legends record without the class advantage to gain any respect, to get that juicy like out of the palm of my hand. So we're going to do it, boys. The fastest Labyrinth of Legends Star-Lord kill. And for this one, I'm not even using the other double Black Panther synergy, so we've only got one Black Panther. We've got Thor, Ragnarok, and Heimdall. That gives us the heal and also the cheat death survivability as well, which makes him a good sustainable option, man. We used that for the Realm of Legends speedrun earlier. If you want to check that out, that's also on the channel. But the Heimdall synergy for this very first fight, pretty useless, but we get a nice special to intercept there, and it's just about getting the mediums up so we can get the internal bleed, so that we can, you know, start getting some really, really good value out of those light attack bleeds, and also ramp the tactical charges up to 19 as well, because we've taken the perfect amount of hits, man. You want, you know, one tactical charge and then like an additional hit just to get like one more so you can go up to 19, and that's kind of the really, really sweet spot to be in, where you get like a little bit more duration, like one more tick in comparison to 16 out of those light attack bleeds. So, you know, it doesn't make the absolute world of difference, but it's very, very nice to have, man. Even at 16 tactical charges, he is an absolute beast. So now it's a case of keeping that internal bleed up and spamming as many light attacks as possible. So we fire off the special 2 there, and now we've got the internal bleed. We go for a light attack combo. This Star-Lord not playing too much ball with his special 2, unfortunately, here, slowing down the kill a bit, you know, to give other YouTubers a chance to catch up with this insane speed, man. So, you know, Nick Fury, he's just balancing out the game by making the AI play a little bit slower there. But what I'm trying to do, as you'll see in kind of a lot of scenarios, is get like a few light attack bleeds up and then like bait out special attacks, just so I have a lot of value with those bleeds ticking, and that I don't combine them like ideally too soon in a lot of scenarios, because that's one of the things, you know, as soon as you get that internal bleed, all of your bleeds go into that one, and that does not add up all of the damage, like it's a fixed amount for the internal bleed. So yeah, your light attack bleeds are kind of best left just ticking over, but when you don't have the internal bleed active, your light attack bleeds are going to hit significantly less because they're going to have a lot less duration. So it's one of those things that you kind of need to manage as the match goes on, but also kind of with the pacing of Labyrinth of Legends and not being able to stun and fire off heavy attacks like willy-nilly, you also do need to throw those special twos when they are convenient. So sometimes you are losing, you know, a little bit of damage here and there when you're absorbing some of the light attack bleeds, which are much stronger into the internal bleed, but then you can make that damage back up shortly. But initially explaining that, it seems a little bit complicated, man, but if you play a little bit of Nick Fury, you know, you'll kind of understand what I mean. But we're doing great so far, so as you may or may not be aware, Star-Lord and a lot of the inner path stuff in Labyrinth of Legends has just under 3.4 million health, so the health pools are still by far one of the biggest health pools in the game, man. Like, nothing in Act 6 still comes close to Labyrinth of Legends and some of the insanity health pools that are inside there. So yeah, just seeing Nick Fury, like, shred through 50% in just over 170 hits is just absolutely phenomenal. And also the ability to have everything unblockable as well all of the time once you have those tactical charges up and sustained is just amazing for gaining so many opportunities in Labyrinth of Legends, because it means you need to rely substantially less on parry. So it pretty much makes Nick Fury Aegon, which is a really, really good time. Although I will say, when it comes to like Labyrinth of Legends 100%, like Aegon is still a much more versatile champion in terms of his utility, and you know, is much better, at least in my opinion, for 100% Labyrinth of Legends than Nick Fury. However, if you can bleed the opponent, man, you're going to have a really, really great time with Nick Fury, and even if you can't, you can still get the fights and matchups done. It's just a little bit more annoying to deal with if you do not have access to the bleed, because that is where a good like 60% of Nick Fury's damage is. So yeah, if you really kind of focus in on all the crazy amount of bleed going on, you can see there are ticks of like just under 4k and just over 4k as well. And those are from the light ending combo bleeds, and they're just so incredibly crazy because those are happening twice every single second. So every light attack combo that we end on is almost putting 10,000 damage per second on Star-Lord. It's about 8,000, and if you think about, you know, 8,000 damage every single second just from one light attack ending combo, that's a lot of damage, man, especially when it starts stacking up and you get like 2 or 3 of them on the Star-Lord. So yeah, just crazy stuff, man. Nick Fury is an absolute weapon, and definitely the king of bleeding, man. He's just so incredibly good. Like, Domino can get some slightly chunkier bleeds from her special 3, but nowhere near kind of the consistency that Nick Fury has. So yeah, without the class advantage, any boost, any suicide masteries, without the other 2 Black Panthers, that was a kill time of just under 4 minutes and 40 seconds and 283 hits on the combo meter. Such a crazy, ridiculous kill time, because I had like an Idolist Labyrinth of Legends race video series, and even the fastest kills there are nowhere even close to 5 minutes time, man. I think like Carnage is maybe top of the leaderboard with like 5:58, and there are a few other champions up there, but the other fastest kill aside from that I found was Brian Grant's She-Hulk one. And that kill, you can't see the synergy team or if he's using boost, so I'm not entirely sure of the full circumstances. However, that one comes in at like just under 5 minutes. So to have a champion go in, you know, with unoptimal synergies and no boost and be like 440 is just amazing, man. It's so incredibly good. And also, I wanted to attach on another Labyrinth of Legends kill as well, just for another champion, Miss Marvel in Labyrinth of Legends, because I did a fair bit of testing. And Nick Fury, he has his good matchups, he has his bad matchups in Labyrinth of Legends. Really, the fights that you want to be worried about are the ones that kind of reduce the effectiveness of bleed, like Old Man Logan. That's certainly not a good matchup for Nick Fury at all. And also champions that are fully bleed immune, like Unstoppable Colossus, Colossus Vision. So those, you know, aren't the best matchups for Nick Fury, but still being unblockable all of the time above 16 tactical charges makes him a really, really viable option for a lot of Labyrinth of Legends stuff. Although one thing to note note about Nick Fury, if you do want to use him as like a Labyrinth of Legends option, or just for a little bit of fun, is I didn't have much luck kind of extending the enrage timer and getting the performance I wanted out of him, especially with kind of the Thor Ragnarok and Heimdall synergy, which if you want to use him for a full run, you probably want to have as a rank 4 champion, because you just had the shorter enrage with those two synergies and the Black Panther ones. So ideally, if you want to do Labyrinth for Nick Fury, you need him awakened and at rank 5. So just something to keep in mind there if you do want to bring him. And I think he's going to be a viable Labyrinth option and work really, really well for a few people. But again, there are better overall Labyrinth of Legends options, just to put that out there. But for Nick Fury, man, the fights that he works really, really well for, he does work really, really well for. So yeah, tremendous fun to play. And I also want to push through and maybe make it at some point to Labyrinth of Legends Spider-Man, just have a bit of a play around and see if we can deal with that matchup. So yeah, there's so much stuff in Labyrinth of Legends that I want to test out with Nick Fury, man. He's so much fun to play. And if you did enjoy today's video, lads, feel free to smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. But there we go, Realm of Legends Miss Marvel as well going down. This wasn't the best played matchup. I missed out on a special too, but 170 hits there. Very, very nice for a champion, again, that has 1.5 million. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.